my channel. In today's video, I am bringing back one of your guys' favorite series. You guys absolutely love whenever I do a video like this, and that is 5 thrillers that you will absolutely love, which I guarantee you haven't heard of. I guess I shouldn't say guarantee, but most likely you have not heard of these. And basically in this challenge, I go back through my Goodreads account and I just kind of look at all of my favorite thrillers, and I look at all the ones that are under 5,000 readers on Goodreads, and these are the ones that I share with you because to be under 5,000 readers, not a lot of people have heard of them, but they are definitely deserving of more attention. And you guys really seem to like that I talk about books that you haven't heard of before. And like I said, this is one of my best videos. Every time I do this video, you guys really like it. So I wanted to share 5 more of those thrillers with you guys today. So I am going to be reading the synopsis of these books to you because it has been a while since I read them, so there is no way that I could go through and just tell you what they're about. There's absolutely no way, because it's been years and years and years, like 5+ years since I read these. So I'm going to read the synopsis of them to you, and all I know is that I rated them 5 stars, so I obviously really enjoyed them at the time. And the first book we're going to talk about today is Stolen Child by Laura Elliott. So this one says, Carla Kelly wakes to find her 2-day-old baby daughter's cot empty. Carla, a top model, launches a fierce national campaign to find her baby, but she receives a deluge of threats and recriminations from strangers. She flaunted her pregnancy in the media. She cashed in on it. She deserves everything she gets. One letter Carla receives stands out from the rest. It opens wounds and exposes shocking secrets from Carla's past that suggest that what happened to her daughter was revenge, a long time planned. So obviously this is super scary. This is like every mother's worst nightmare. And if I remember correctly, we kind of follow, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 different perspectives. I'm pretty sure it's 3. I'm pretty sure we follow Carla, who's looking for her daughter. And then we also follow the daughter's perspective as she gets a little bit older. And we also follow the kidnapper's experience as well. If I can remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that we follow those 3 perspectives, and we kind of come to find out what has happened and a lot of secrets along the way. So this one, highly recommend. The next book is one that I actually can't believe I don't think I've ever talked about this on my channel before, but this book was so good, and I read it a couple of years ago and I really enjoyed it. And the lyrical writing is just so beautiful, especially in the very beginning, like the first chapter. It just had me hooked like that because it has beautiful lyrical writing, but not like, it's not full of like floofy, froofy stuff, if that makes sense, froofy stuff. This is The Beast is an Animal by Peter Nell Van Arsdale. I apologize if I got that pronunciation wrong, because I probably did. But the synopsis says, Alice was 7 the first time she saw the Soul Eaters. Twin sisters, they radiated an energy that excited Alice. Through them, she felt the wildness of the forest and the beast within it. Too late, she learned of their power to destroy. At 15, Alice knows too much about both the lure and the danger of the Soul Eaters. She lives in a world of adults who are terrified of their power. Fear of the Soul Eaters and of the beast rules their lives. Even more, they fear the ways in which the beast may lurk among them and within a girl like Alice. As the threat posed by the Soul Eaters grows, Alice must undertake a journey through the wild danger of the forest. But the greatest danger is not outside her. Alice hides a truth about herself that she can reveal to no one. Alice's secret about who and what she is terrifies her most of all. And in order to save her world, she must also risk losing herself. So we follow this main character, Alice, and she really is on a journey of self-discovery. There has been some tragedy that has happened in her town. She kind of sets off on a journey, and we follow her through chaos and terrifying situations. So of course we're talking a little bit of horror with this thought of the beast and the Soul Eaters, but there's also the thriller aspect to it of her on this journey and trying to survive and also trying to cope with finding herself and who she is, and realizing that maybe she should be a little bit more feared than she is, and that maybe there's a reason why she's different, why she's always felt different, and just she lives a really rough life. And the village that she's in, like, they all are living a rough life. Children are basically watchdogs for these Soul Eaters, and it's just It's a story about growing up, coming into your own, and facing your own fears. The next book is Mother Mother by Corin Zalkis. And this one I actually have read twice, and once again, quite a while ago. So Josephine Hurst has her family under control. With 2 beautiful daughters, a brilliantly intelligent son, a tech guru husband, and a historical landmark home, her life is picture perfect. She has everything she wants. All she has to do is keep it that way. But living in this matriarch's determinedly cheerful yet subtly controlling domain hasn't been easy for her family. And when her oldest daughter, Rose, runs off with her mysterious boyfriend, Josephine tightens her grip, gradually turning her flawless home into a darker sort of prison. Resentful of her sister's newfound freedom, Violet turns to Eastern philosophy, hallucinogenic drugs, and extreme fasting, eventually landing herself in the psych ward. Meanwhile, her brother, Will, shrinks further into a world of self-doubt. Recently diagnosed with Asperger's and epilepsy, he is separated from the other kids around town and is homeschooled to ensure his safety. Their father, Douglas, finds resolve in the bottom of the bottle, an addict craving his own chance to escape. Josephine struggles to maintain the family's impeccable facade, but when a violent incident leads to a visit from Child Protective Services, the truth about the Hearsts might finally be revealed. So this one deals with child abuse, mental health, and basically this family being afraid of this mother. There is something seriously wrong mentally with this mother, as you can tell from the description. And her family is definitely paying the price of this. She has not gotten herself any help for this, and she is just trying so hard to control everything that there ends up being an incident that we find out there's a twist. And we find out that this woman is a lot scarier than even we are reading throughout the story. This one's really, really easy to spoil with that twist in there, so I don't want to say too much about it, but I really, really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I read this one twice, and I don't often reread books, so that says something. Next is The Dogs by Alan Stratton. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch something moving by the barn. When I look, it disappears. Wait, there it is again, at the cornfield. Some movement, something. Mom and I have been on the run for years. Every time he catches up with us, we move to a new place and start over. But this place is different. This place is full of secrets, and they won't leave me alone. So this one deals with a couple of different twists, a couple of different thrilling situations. So we have them on the run from somebody, and just that in itself is kind of, part of a thriller. But then also this place that they have moved to, weird things are starting to happen here. They are in an old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, and this young boy starts to realize things are happening here. And of course, his mother is not listening to that, as most parents do, right? They just think that their kid is full of it. But he's kind of left to fight this thing on his own and figure out what's going on here. So once again, part horror, part thriller, really, really good. So next is a book that I listened to on audiobook a couple of years ago, and it is Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson. Growing up, Kate Pretty was always a bit neurotic, experiencing momentary bouts of anxiety that exploded into full-blown panic attacks after an ex-boyfriend kidnapped her and nearly ended her life. When Corbin Dell, a distant cousin in Boston, suggests the two temporarily swap apartments, Kate, an art student in London, agrees, hoping that time away and a new place will help her overcome the recent wreckage of her life. Soon after her arrival at Corbin's ground apartment on Beacon Hill, Kate makes a shocking discovery. His next-door neighbor, a young woman named Audrey Marshall, has been murdered. When the police question her about Corbin, a shaken Kate has few answers and many questions of her own. Curiosity that intensifies when she meets Alan Cherney, a handsome, quiet tenant who lives across the courtyard in the apartment facing Audrey's. Alan saw Corbin surreptitiously come and go from Audrey's place, yet he's denied knowing her. Then, Kate runs into a tearful man claiming to be the dead woman's old boyfriend, who insists Corbin did the deed the night that he left for London. When she reaches out to her cousin, he proclaims his innocence and calms her nerves until she comes across disturbing objects hidden in the apartment and accidentally learns that Corbin is not where he says he is. Could Corbin be a killer? What about Alan? Kate finds herself drawn to this appealing man who seems so sincere, yet she isn't sure. Jet-lagged and emotionally unstable, her imagination full of dark images caused by the terror of her past, Kate can barely trust herself. So how could she take the chance on a stranger she's just met? So in this book, Kate is trying to figure out what is going on. Obviously, her cousin starts to look very, very suspicious, and she is trying to figure out if he has actually done this, and she kind of tries to solve this murder on her own. Of course, she has no experience or anything like that, but she ends up getting caught in this like web of lies, and she becomes endangered, and it's quite a thrilling ride. So I really enjoyed this one. I especially liked listening to it on audiobook. I obviously didn't read the physical book, so I don't know if that would be just as good of an experience, but I really did enjoy the audiobook. All right, you guys, so those are 5 more thrillers that I think you will like that you have not heard of. Let me know in the comments down below if you actually have heard of them. I've had so many people comment that they love these videos because they really haven't heard of them. So I'd be interested to see if there are any that you have heard of. And also let me know if there's any that kind of pique your interest that you're going to be adding to your TBR. Anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!